All right. Greetings, madam. So we are from Group 9, and today we will be presenting our proposal on the professional English course that we have come up with, which is Effective Communication 101. The members in this group consist of myself, Michelle, Yiting, Putri, Iskandar, Josephine, Zuwajoti, and Amanda. So I will now allow Josephine to introduce the proposal.
Okay, for the introduction is the purpose of this project is to develop a course based on the finding in the needs analysis questionnaire carried out prior to the proposal. So we have a 7 CS in communication, important for individual that have taken part in the needs analysis course. The 7 CS in communication are clarity, conciseness, completeness, correctness, consistency, consideration, and connection. So this is can adopting this principle can help individual with a strong professional relationship communicate more effectively with colleagues and foster a better workplace culture. So the course content proposal activity called interview simulator. Uh, in this proposal is conducted based on the result of needs analysis questionnaire involving 25 participants, and this course will be carried in a 2 hours season for 3 days. So for the objective, one, we have equip student with effective communication skill in English, which is we can equip students with the leadership skill and professional marketability through communication skill. Second, to enhance student already existing communication ability in English, which means we can sharpening and broadening students' ability in communication by building on their pre-existing skill as a foundations. That is for objective. Next to presentation.
Thank you, Amanda. So going into course content 1, which is the interview simulator. So the instructions for this course, for this course activity, is that the participants will be given a worksheet and they will listen to an audio and fill in the blanks in the worksheet. The audio will be played twice, and after the listening sessions, a number of participants will be called randomly to the front to reenact the scenario in the worksheet. One participant will be the interviewer and one will be the candidate when they are reenacting the scenario. The objective of this activity is to compare the answers written by the participants to check for accuracy. So the materials used in this activity are on this slide. This is a sample of the interview worksheet. As you can see, there are blanks here to fill as they listen to and after they listen to the audio. And this is another side of the worksheet. The pictures are guides. The one in here is much more. This one challenges their listening skills even more because there's not much there isn't a visual guide just as the first page one and the one on the first page has. And this is the job inquiry script, which can be seen as the answer sheet for the second page of the worksheet. However, since there is the possibility that the participants may give a good answer, but not accurate to the audio, this can be seen more like a recommendation of answers. And the reason why this activity came about is we wanted to help our participants cultivate their professional communication skills, and we thought that an interview scenario would be good to start with because that is the beginning of every person's career. So the way this activity will be assessed is through a quantitative assessment done on the worksheet as we check for the answers. So we will check for how many accurate answers they have, how many wrong answers they have. This is to see if the participants were paying attention to the given audio. And we will also assess on their writing skills, which is by through how they filled in the information from listening to see if they are able to take what they heard and put it down on paper. And a qualitative assessment will be done by the instructors on the participants' speaking skills when they reenact the scenarios from their worksheets. Moving on to the second activity.
Thank you, Michelle. So I will be talking about our second activity, which will be the hostage situation. So the instructions for this activity will be that various hostage scenarios will be given to the participants, and they will be tasked with finding ways to negotiate with the hostage taker. There will be 3 given attempts at negotiation, and the objective will be to accomplish the objectives given in the hostage situation within 10 minutes. So each attempt will be 10 minutes. And the point of the activity is to encourage participants to think on their feet to de-escalate the hostage situation. Okay. So the participants will be divided into 3 groups for this activity, which will include the hostages, hostage takers, and negotiators. So the instructors may join as any of the 3 groups, but if they join as a negotiator, they can only give pointers to the participants and not get involved in the actual hostage scenario. All hostages will be eliminated from the game if all 3 attempts at negotiation fail to achieve the objectives laid out. As for the materials, there will be a short description of the scenario with 3 objectives to be accomplished by the negotiators, prepared by the instructor, and these negotiations have to last about 10 minutes each. Like I said earlier, there will be 3 attempts. So there's a sample here. I'll just read it out. It's your first day on the job as a bank manager, and you could not be more excited. However, armed robbers have swept the bank and held everyone inside hostage. The leader is threatening to blow up the whole place unless you comply with his requests. The police are on their way, but until then, you'll have to keep them calm enough so everyone can get out safely. Your objectives will be to keep the leader occupied enough without letting on that you're attempting to stall. And number 2, convince the hostages to stay calm and comply with the hostage takers. Number 3, give a reasonable request to the hostage takers, such as food or necessary items like medication. The assessment for this activity will be based on the 7 C's of communication, more specifically, clarity, concreteness, and courtesy in dealing with both hostages and hostage takers in the position of negotiators. The instructors will observe and assess participants in the negotiators group throughout the activity, and the negotiation can be considered a success if 2 out of the 3 given attempts to negotiate are successful. That's it for me. I will pass the floor to the next presenter.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the third activity will be a letter to the Prime Minister. First, the instructions. Participant will be given a formal letter writing template, and they will be given random scenarios or issues to report to the Prime Minister's office. They are required to write a formal letter to the office about the humorous complaint, and the objective of this activity is to foster the participants' ability to communicate formally through the letter writing. The purpose of reporting the unrealistic or humorous situation is to challenge the participant in the maintaining formality. So the letter will be F-word limit of 120 to 150 words. The materials, the formal letter template will be given. So this is the sample of the template. So let me read the sample. First, dear Prime Minister, I am a 22-year-old student pursuing a bachelor's degree in English literature at Management and Science University. I am writing this letter to you to address an issue that I am highly concerned about. It has come to my attention that women's pants pockets are shallow compared to the male counterpart. So the assessment, the participant will be individually assessed on their ability to fulfill the requirements of the letter, which is, did they convey the message clearly? And was the information relayed concisely? And also they assess on their ability to fulfill the grammar and also the format of the letter. So that's all for my part. Moving on to next presenter.
All right. Hello, I am Amanda and I will be explaining about the budget. So here is the budget that we plan to use for the course. So there are four items that we're going to use, which is 3 whiteboard markers, 1 stack of A4 paper, 2 packs of 2B pencils, and 5 erasers. All that amount to 55 ringgit and 70 cents. Move on to the next slide, please. Thank you. The course will be funded by a collection of fees from 25 participants. Each participant will pay 10 ringgit. This will cover the cost of the budget of the items. However, refreshments will not be provided. Moving on to the next person.
Thank you, Amanda. So I will be continuing the presentation. I will be explaining the instructor details. So the instructor detail, as can be seen here, it's an organization chart. The chart includes the head instructor, the co-instructor, and the instructor. Firstly, the head instructor, which is Michelle. She is responsible to oversee the course by making decisions based on the feedback from her teammates and making sure that the course runs smoothly. Secondly, the co-instructor, which is Fu Yiting, she will assist the head instructor in monitoring the smooth running of the course. Last but not least, the rest of the instructors are responsible to explain about activity, demonstrate, and also guide the participants in activity. So that's all from me. I'll be passing it to the next presenter.
Thank you, Iskandar. I will conclude. To sort of conclude this whole course it is established for the sole purpose of not only equipping students with effective English skills, but to also enhance their already existing English skills. With the short amount of time that was set in this course, we hope that the games would have been a better fit with helping the participants in being more comfortable and confident when they are ready to engage in their respectable fields. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and thank you.